Hello, everyone, and welcome. As a hotel AI expert specializing in modern hospitality operations, it's my pleasure to welcome all of you from the Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. We're here to support your professional growth in this amazing industry. So, let's get started. I want to start with a question for you. What do you think is the most unexpected skill in hospitality? You know, things like organization and great communication, they're absolutely vital. We all know that. But there's another power skill that truly sets exceptional service apart. It's one that's often overlooked, but it's the key to solving some of the most complex guest challenges you'll ever face. All right, so here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about moving beyond those standard, scripted responses. Then, we'll lay the foundation by cultivating a creative mindset. After that, we'll dive into your practical problem-solving toolkit, show you how collaboration makes everything better, and finally, we'll learn how to see every single challenge as a new opportunity. Okay, first things first, we've got to shift our perspective a little. Being a great front desk professional, it's about so much more than just following a checklist. It's about operating in that space right between standard procedure and what's creatively possible. And that brings us right back to that unexpected skill I mentioned, creativity. The truth is, many of the challenges you'll face at the front desk won't have a simple answer in the employee handbook. They demand flexible thinking and the ability to spot solutions that other people might just miss. So, what do we actually mean when we say creative problem solving? Let's be really clear on this. This is not about ignoring hotel policies or going rogue. It's the complete opposite. It's about finding those thoughtful, elegant alternatives that fully honor your hotel's standards while, at the same time, giving a guest a personal and genuinely memorable resolution. Now, before we get into specific techniques, the how-to, we need to build the right foundation. This next part is all about nurturing those internal qualities that are going to unlock your creative potential. And where does it all start? With curiosity. Think about it. A guest is upset because the room they reserved isn't ready. A standard response is just to offer them a different room, right? But a curious response asks more questions. What was it about that specific room they were looking for to? Was it the view? Maybe it was the quiet location away from the elevator. When you uncover those little details, you can find an alternative that might just make them even happier. So once your curiosity has opened that door, empathy is what guides you through it. Really understanding what a guest values is what lets you personalize the solution. It helps you connect on a human level, and you can turn a moment of potential conflict into one of real connection. This one question right here, it's an incredibly powerful tool. Just asking yourself this, what would make this better if I were them? It instantly shifts your focus from the problem to the person, and you'll find the solution is often a simple gesture, like a handwritten note or just a personal acknowledgement that shows you genuinely care, and that elevates the entire experience. Okay, with that mindset in place, let's start building your toolkit. We're going to look at some concrete, actionable techniques you can use to navigate those real-world challenges you'll face every day at the front desk. Our first tool is brainstorming, and the absolute key here is to just suspend your judgment for a bit. Let every single idea flow, no matter how wild or unconventional it seems. Why? Because sometimes an idea that seems totally unrealistic at first can spark the brilliant, achievable solution you were looking for. Next up, our second tool, reframing. This is all about changing how you see things. So instead of seeing a problem, you analyze it as an opportunity. A late check-in isn't an inconvenience. It's a chance to offer a welcome drink. A maintenance issue isn't a failure. It's a moment to show how incredibly responsive your team is. This shift in perspective is a huge driver of positive outcomes. And now for our final tool, which might just be the most powerful of them all, constraint-based thinking. This might sound a little strange, but don't look at hotel policies as roadblocks. See them as boundaries that actually challenge you to be more innovative. When you can't offer a simple room upgrade, what can you do? That's where real creativity begins to shine. Remember, constraints aren't a cage. They're the canvas for your masterpiece. And this is so important. Creative problem solving is not a solo sport. Your own potential is amplified 10 times over when you tap into the collective intelligence of your entire team. Your ecosystem is huge. Think about it. A housekeeping supervisor might know of a room that can be ready in a pinch. The restaurant host might see a perfect opportunity for a special dining experience. By just talking and sharing ideas with your colleagues, you get access to perspectives and solutions you would have never come up with on your own. Of course, using all these tools effectively takes confidence. So often, the fear of criticism or of looking silly stops us from sharing our most imaginative ideas. But you have to remember, confidence is a skill, and it's built through practice. It grows every time you realize that your creativity isn't just welcome, it's an essential part of providing exceptional service. So, let's bring this all together. When you master these skills, you're not just getting better at solving problems. You are fundamentally transforming your entire professional identity. The ultimate goal is always to find those elegant, thoughtful solutions that create a win-win. They meet the guest's needs in a personal, unforgettable way, while also fitting perfectly with the hotel's own goals and standards. So, if there's one thing you take away from our time today, let it be this. With the right mindset and the right tools, a challenge is no longer a roadblock. It becomes an open door, an invitation to create a moment of truly outstanding hospitality. And so I'll leave you with a question to carry forward into your careers. Think about the challenges you know you'll face, or maybe ones you've already seen. What's the very first roadblock you are going to choose to transform into an open door?